Hello everyone. Over the next few minutes I'm going to condense and explain the Flexkom system so you get an idea of how much money you will make and what's involved. I'll try and explain it concisely, so if you do miss anything or don't understand anything, you can always read the text I have written which explains the system in detail. The reason why this video is so important is because I have been involved with opportunities and businesses for over 11 years, and I have seen almost every type of program or opportunity that exists. But the system I am explaining to you now is genuinely the most thought out, incredible system I have seen in all this time. It makes more money for every person that operates the system than any other opportunity I have encountered. Now that is a big statement. I'll say that again. It makes more money, residually, than any other system or program I have seen in all my years of being involved with businesses and opportunities. Based on that nugget of information alone, it's worth taking notes of the income data I will be relaying here. Flexkom is the name of a massive, very profitable international company that has literally changed the economy of a country. It has a system no one else has, and is using that to change people's lives and businesses for good. This provides us, meaning you and I, to profit from this in a way you won't ever have seen or heard before. What I am presenting to you here is not hype. When you learn how the system works and understand the figures, you will immediately believe what I am saying simply by understanding the structure of how this is set up. You won't need anyone else to convince you. To begin profiting from the Flexkom system, you need to purchase a franchise license from Flexkom. This is the only outlay you need to get started. When you have this license, you will actually own a franchise at a fraction of the price a normal retail franchise costs. When you've made your payment and received your ID number, you now own a franchise, and you can now operate the business and use it to make money, just like as if you owned a McDonald's franchise, except you don't need a retail outlet or staff or any of the other costs that goes with running a conventional business. Once you own the franchise, you are now known as a coordinator. I'll explain the Flexkom system first before I talk about the income figures for coordinators. Many years ago, people used to shop at their local small retail outlets. But then when the supermarkets arrived, most of them started to go there. Then the shopping malls arrived and people started to go there also. Now we have the internet, and many people across the world shop online because you can always find the best deal. Flexkom helps small businesses by arranging for shoppers to visit their local retailers again. It's good for small business shopkeepers and good for the economy of a country. Flexkom is doing this using the unique system and structure they already have in place, and in the process it allows coordinators like me and you to make a substantial amount of money which just can't be ignored. So what is the system based on? Well, right now you may have some large stores in your country which have a loyalty card system. When you shop at these stores, you present your loyalty card and receive points. Later, when you have accumulated enough points, you can redeem them for some vouchers or some other product. Now imagine if there was just one card which could be used across the entire country in all small businesses. You would need just one card and you'll be able to visit any retailer and present the card to claim a discount on your purchase at that store. Furthermore, what if the retailer gave you cash on your card rather than points? This means you could take that card to any other store and use the cash on that card to pay for goods at that store. Wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that change the way people shop for good? Wouldn't that get people visiting their local retailers again? Wouldn't that change the economy of a whole country for good? Well, this is exactly what Flexkom does. It has introduced a universal card called the Flex card, not only in one country, but in many countries. This card can be used to shop in any country at any store which has a Flexkom sign on the storefront to receive a discount on any purchase made there. The Flex card collects cash on it every time a purchase is made. So here's a typical scenario. Fred holds a Flex card. He knows he can receive a discount on any purchase he makes at any Flexkom shop in the world. Fred's driving his car and is running low on fuel. He notices a petrol station with a Flexkom sign outside. He pulls in and fills his car with petrol. When he goes to pay, he reads a sign which says 5% discount on all purchases, Flexkom card required. So Fred presents his Flex card and receives a 5% discount on his fuel purchase. The shopkeeper places the cash amount of the discount on his card. Then Fred leaves the petrol station and goes to a Flexkom hairdresser. He presents his Flex card and receives another discount there. The hairdresser places the discount amount on his card again. Then Fred goes to a Flexkom butcher to buy some meat. This time he decides to pay for the meat using the cash amount he already has saved up on his card. He presents his card and uses it as cash to pay for the meat. In addition to that, he also receives his usual discount for shopping at a Flexkom butcher with his card. As you can see, Fred shops and saves and then uses his savings to spend on items as cash. Fred is using his Flex card as a loyalty card, which is used to receive goods and services at a discounted rate. But what about these shopkeepers? What do they receive by giving discounts away? Shopkeepers make an incredible amount of money by simply having a Flexkom sign on their storefront. Cardholders will flock to these stores because they know they can get concessions at these stores. This means that the revenue rises for these shopkeepers compared to those shops who don't have a Flexkom sign. Even though they're giving a small discount away, they're making thousands of pounds from the increased revenue due to more people visiting their shops. I'm using pounds because that is my currency, but you can substitute it for the currency of your country. Well, this is the first benefit. But more importantly, the shopkeeper that issues a Flex card to a customer in the first place will be connected to that customer for good. This means whenever that customer goes and shops at other Flexkom stores, the shopkeeper who issued that customer the Flex card in the first place will receive a cut or a royalty of the purchase made at that other store. Let's take an example. Sam visits his local takeaway. After ordering his meal, the shopkeeper asks Sam, "Would you like a discount with your meal today?" Sam obviously says, "Yes, please." So the shopkeeper pulls out a Flex card and says, "I'm going to give you a 5% discount which I will place on this card in the form of cash." He then swipes the card next to his terminal and hands it to Sam. He then says, "Whenever you come back to this takeaway, I'll give you another discount which I will also put on this card of yours. In addition to that, you can take this card to any other store that has a Flexkom sign on it and receive a discount on this card when you make a purchase there. This way, you will continue to build up cash on your Flex card, and at any time, you can use it to pay for anything you buy at any Flexkom store. It will be deducted as cash from the amount you have on the card. So whenever you shop with this card, you can either save money and collect the discounts on the card, or you can use the balance on the card to pay for any purchase you make." After hearing this explanation, Sam says, "Great." He then goes out and sees many Flexkom stores on the same road as the takeaway. He visits some of them over the course of a month. Every time he visits a Flexkom store and makes a purchase while presenting his Flex card, the takeaway shopkeeper who issued Sam the card in the first place makes a cut or a royalty. If the takeaway shopkeeper makes just 50 pence per week from Sam, this would amount to £2 per month, which doesn't sound like much, does it? But what if the takeaway shopkeeper gave away 2,000 cards? He would have 2,000 Flex cards roaming around the world, shopping and earning him money. If he earned 50p per week from each one, that would amount to £4,000 per month. Do you realize what this means for the shopkeeper? He is now receiving thousands of pounds or euros or dollars or whatever currency you are working with for handing out cards to his customers. The more cards he gives away, the more money he makes. This is huge business for a shopkeeper. Now, shopkeepers can make money from sales at other shops. They don't need to work alone anymore. Their customers are making them more money with their usual spending habits. In effect, a butcher will be selling fuel, a hairdresser will be selling bagels, a grocer will be selling electronic goods. Do you see how this changes business across the country? I hope you now understand how customers who hold Flex cards benefit, and you should also know how a shopkeeper benefits by giving away Flex cards. But how do coordinators benefit? Remember, a coordinator is a person who holds a franchise license which you purchase from Flexkom. This would be you. Coordinators make money in several ways, but the most popular way is to introduce the Flexkom system to shopkeepers. By introducing the system to shopkeepers and explaining the massive benefits to them, they will be pleading with you to connect them with Flexkom quickly. The system is so lucrative and appealing, shopkeepers can't wait to get started. This makes it extremely easy for coordinators to present the system and secure an agreement between the shop and Flexkom. When a coordinator presents the system to a shopkeeper and the shopkeeper starts interacting with Flexkom, Flexkom will pay the coordinator, meaning you, the same amount of money as the shopkeeper receives from his customers wandering around the world using their Flex cards. So if a shopkeeper is earning £4,000 per month, as in the previous example, you will also receive £4,000 per month for the rest of your life. Of course, your income varies with the income of the shopkeeper. Now I want you to think about something very important. If you are making £4,000 every month from just one shop, what do you think your income will be if you connect 5 shops in one day to Flexkom? What if you sign up 10 shops over the course of a week or two? Is it really that hard to imagine an income of at least £25,000 to £35,000 per month with just 10 shops? What if you signed up 100 or 200 shops and you are receiving royalties from their customers shopping around the world? Currently, as we speak, there are coordinators who are making well in excess of £200,000 per month. This is not a possibility or a probability. This is happening right now and is real life. I'm not talking about hypothetical figures. These are down-to-earth realistic figures. If you find it unrealistic or unbelievable, let's do the math again. If a shopkeeper makes just 50p per week from one customer shopping at Flexkom stores, this amounts to £2 per month. If he hands out 2,000 cards, this equals £4,000. If 10 shops do the same, this amounts to £40,000. But let's be conservative and cut that by half. This is £20,000 every month. I'm not making these figures up. You can see the figures right here, right now, and you don't need a stretch of the imagination to see that what I have explained is quite down to earth and conservative. Do you think £20,000 per month for life is worth spending a few days for talking to a few local shopkeepers signing up just 10 shops? Many people will jump out of their seats for the opportunity, but there are some for whom it's out of their comfort zone. Having said that, the figures don't lie, and they are just too large to be ignored or to be too shy or reserved for. Then there are some cynics and pessimists who just won't believe these figures and will dismiss the system and opportunity right away, even though there's nothing but facts here. That's right, these are facts, and there are thousands of coordinators making these figures month in, month out right now. There's absolutely no reason why you can't do the same or better. So where does the money come from to pay you, the coordinator? When the shopkeeper makes an agreement with Flexkom to provide his customers with a discount, he also agrees to pay the same amount to Flexkom. So for example, if a shopkeeper intends on giving away 10%, he needs to really give his customers 5% and give the other 5% to Flexkom. From the money that goes to Flexkom, they keep some for themselves as profit and they give the rest to the coordinators, meaning you. It's a brilliant system in the way it works. It's been thought out very carefully, which is why it's a huge success. Shopkeepers, customers, Flexkom and coordinators are all making money. It's a win-win-win-win situation. So far I have explained the most popular method for making money with the Flexkom system, and that is to engage shops. Now I'm going to explain another method of making money with this system, and it is even more powerful than the first method. If you're making £30,000 per month from engaging shops, then you will make £90,000 from adding this method to your arsenal. It will explode your earnings exponentially. The best part is, after the initial setup, you won't be doing any of the work to make it explode. This method is all about creating partnerships. Remember, you can do this all by itself or you can do it together with engaging shops. You can do this entirely online without ever meeting another person, or you can create partnerships by talking to people face to face. If you're the type of person that doesn't like to meet people, you can make a fortune by creating partnerships entirely online. And if you're the type of person that doesn't like to stay in the house, you can create partnerships from meeting others. So what is creating a partnership? Creating a partnership is where you introduce the Flexkom system to other people. When those people join, they will become your partners. So let's say you are having a casual conversation with Jim here. He asks you how you are and what you're up to nowadays, and you explain to him the amazing Flexkom system you are involved in. As you explain the system to him, he will become excited, and you can encourage him to obtain a Flexkom license too, so he too can make a lot of money. Write down your personal affiliate link and hand it to him. When he gets home, he will register through your link and obtain a license. As soon as he does this, he will be counted as your partner. In effect, you will have just created a partnership. If you create several partnerships, you would have built yourself a team. You can build a team online by chatting with people on Skype and forums, or by placing ads in various places, or by coming up with any other innovative method you can think of. I've built my own team in this way. Once you have created a few partners, your income will explode. It will grow and grow and grow. Your partners will also want to create their own partnerships, and their partners will also want to create their own partnerships. You will get a royalty from all of those people. Whenever any of these people engage shops, as we discussed earlier, you will also receive a portion of the royalties. In fact, you will earn royalties from people in your team up to 5 levels deep. This is what will turn your personal £25,000 per month into £90,000 per month. This is the power of compounding your efforts with a team. It's like being the owner of a retail outlet and then making a franchise out of it and selling that franchise to others. You'll receive a royalty from each one of those franchise stores every month. All you did was provide the name. Don't underestimate the power of talking or chatting. All it takes is a casual conversation with others, and you will create a team of people who will explode your own earnings in no time. You don't need to try and sell it to them or to pressure them. Simply explain the system and the earnings, and the rest will take care of itself. Just be sure to have your affiliate link handy. Remember, your partners need to purchase their own franchise license in order for them to be counted as part of your team. The 2 income methods I have explained will create an unsurpassable level of income. You only need to do it for a short while before you see an income which you can rely on. The money you make is yours for life. You will get that income every single month. There is another simple method to making money with the Flexkom system, and that is to simply buy the cards from Flexkom and hand them out to customers directly. This way you'll be doing a little bit more work because you'll be interacting with customers directly, hundreds or thousands of them. Whereas if you engage a shopkeeper, he would do that for you. You just have to interact with one person, the shopkeeper. In both cases, you'd make the same amount of money, so it just makes more sense to engage shops rather than customers directly. This is what Flexkom prefers too. However, creating partnerships and building a team is even better. Better for you and better for Flexkom. In fact, Flexkom has created a state-of-the-art compensation plan geared towards those people who build a team, even if it is a small team. It is the best compensation plan I have seen to date, and that is probably because Flexkom devised this plan after studying countless other compensation plans and then eliminating the bad stuff while keeping the good elements of those plans. This formed the Flexkom compensation plan. People are rewarded according to the size of their team. You don't necessarily need a large team to make a substantial income. In fact, you only need to personally introduce 5 people to the Flexkom system in order for you to reach the highest levels of the compensation plan. Of course, there is more to it than what I have just explained here, but you don't really need to know about the insane amounts of money you will pull from this plan just yet. I'm sure you're satisfied with knowing about the £20,000 to £30,000 per month income you can secure for yourself by engaging shops. That should be more than enough money to make anyone ecstatic. There's a lot more money which you'll receive at certain points of your Flexkom business, which I haven't presented here. The amounts I have quoted are really small in comparison to what you will rarely receive once you get started with your license. You'll see money coming in for reasons you didn't even know. When you do get started, I'll be helping you build your team. I have a track record in building multiple teams for other businesses, and so I'll be using my experience to help you reach a specific level as quickly as possible. The sooner you obtain your license from Flexkom, the better off you'll be, since I'll be able to place some of my people under you without any work of your own. Flexkom is not a company that does things half-hearted. Flexkom is a professional international company that is being used by thousands around the world to grant themselves a living which they couldn't have got anywhere else. People are making more money with their own Flexkom franchise license than people who have paid for a conventional retail franchise license. This opportunity has produced more millionaires in a short amount of time than other so-called high-paying opportunities. There is no other business that can be compared to the Flexkom business model because it is unique in its structure and vision. The vision and plan Flexkom has for the future is truly astounding. It is something you can actually call a revolution. This is why thousands attend Flexkom events across the continent, because they understand that this is something that will change their lives in the most realistic way possible. For example, ask yourself, would £25,000 to £35,000 every month at the lower level make a change to your lifestyle? Damn right it will. If you're not sure, then it may mean that you're just not convinced that you can achieve that level of income. If that's the case, then rewind this video and watch the parts where I present the facts, because that's what I have presented here, facts. The figures I have explained here are not theoretical or potential. These figures are happening right now by a lot of people who own the Flexkom license. The only way you can start making your own 35 grand per month like other coordinators is by engaging shops or creating partnerships. And to do that, you first need to get your hands on the Flexkom license. It takes a few minutes to register for the license, and this is the first step to starting your Flexkom business. Well, I hope my presentation here has made you excited with the Flexkom system. You should be excited because it will definitely change things for you and your family. Any questions, you can get in touch with me via email or Skype or telephone. When you're ready to start your business, visit the registration page on this site to get your license. I'll see you on the other side.